Hey, what's up, guys? Spencer Rhodes here. So, Jim was a character that was in the first season of The Walking Dead. He was a part of the Atlanta group in the first season, part of the original survivors that all came together and started struggling to survive. And he died, well, I mean, technically he never died on screen, but he died pretty much in season 1, episode 5. In episode 4, he was bitten during a walker attack, and in episode 5, it's revealed that he gets bitten, or that he had the bite. He didn't show it for a little while. They found it. They found the blood going through his shirt, like a little hole and everything. I think he was bitten below his rib cage in his side a little bit, and he's sort of memorable. He's a memorable character. He's just a memorable character. His character just had a memorable presence in the first season, and I really liked the actor that played him. He did a really good job. And his death, or his off-screen death, his exit in the first season is probably one of the most memorable, iconic deaths in the entire franchise. Like I said, he doesn't die off screen because he chooses to be left behind to turn into a walker, and he's at peace with it. He accepts it. He doesn't want a mercy death. He knows that he's going to slowly die, but he just wants to be left behind. He just wants to sit against a tree, and it's a nice day outside, and he's happy, and he's just left behind to slowly turn into a walker. And it's a beautiful scene for the character. It's a beautiful exit for the character. It's a beautiful moment in the show in the first season. It's probably one of the best moments and one of the best scenes in the first season, when he's just like, "Look, just leave me behind. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm happy." It's just a really just iconic exit for the character. And Jim was a really interesting person. He was a little out there. He was a little crazy, because I mean, I don't know if he was crazy. Maybe he was just, having PTSD over the walkers, because this was early on in the apocalypse, and different people were handling it different ways, and he wasn't handling it very well for a while. He was digging graves and kind of saying crazy stuff, and they eventually had to handcuff him and chain him up, but he calmed down, and he was able to convince them that he was okay, and he kind of redeemed himself. But then a little bit later he gets bitten, and that's it for him. But he's a really memorable character, just has a really memorable presence in the first season, and it's just it really is one of the most iconic deaths in the whole franchise. One of the most iconic deaths. It's up there with Herschel, Noah, Glenn. Jim is just, he didn't last very long, but he stole every second he was on screen, and his death was just so great. So as far as would I have liked for him to have made it to season 2? No, not really. I mean, I think there's a little bit of potential for him to have been an interesting character if he got to continue to live. But his death in season 1 is just so perfect, and just one of the best deaths in the show. And part of what makes it perfect is that he's not around for very long. He's just one of those characters that doesn't need to be around for very long. He's only in 4 or 5 episodes, and he leaves such an impact. Amy's death is really sad and tragic, but his death is just so iconic and impactful that he chooses to be left behind to turn as a walker, and he's at peace with it, and he's happy with it. And it's a sad death scene, but it's a beautiful death scene at the same time, and it's different from any other death scene we're ever going to get in the show. There might be other characters that want to turn and be left to turn. I think there was a crazy woman in season 4 that wanted to be left to turn, and told Rick to leave her to turn when she was dying, and he did. But it's just not the same as Jim's. Jim's death is just so iconic and impactful and different, and I think it's perfect the way it is in season 1. Would I have changed it? Would I have done anything differently? No. I think his death is perfect. He's definitely a character whose death I would have kept the same, because season 1 of The Walking Dead is just so good and compact. Most of everyone loves season 1. I love season 1. I'm sure some people don't love season 1, but a lot of people love season 1. And Jim's death is a really big part of the story of the season. It's probably one of the best scenes in the season, and I wouldn't change it. So, you know, it's a character that was really interesting, and the actor played him well. But at the end of the day, his death is just so good, and his exit is just so good. It's just worth keeping the way it is. And having Amy and Jim and Jenner and Jackie as a bunch of deaths in season 1, it's good that season 1 has a bunch of casualties. I mean, it is The Walking Dead. It's basically Game of Thrones with zombies. You have to have a bunch of deaths. And as far as the major death in the first season goes, Jim's is perfect. So no, I wouldn't have changed it. I would not keep him alive longer. I like his death the way it is. Anyway, that's all I have for this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm not going anywhere. I make 1 to 2 Walking Dead videos per day, so please hit that subscribe button. Right now we are at 721 subscribers. My goal is to try to get to 800 in the next few months. So just remember, every subscriber counts. Every bit of support matters and is very, very appreciated. Hopefully we can get to that goal of 800. Anyway, with all that said, I am Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.